In the Judean mountains, Jerusalem shines with history and spirit. 3,000 years ago, a young king named David took down a Jebusite stronghold, kicking off an epic story. He made it the capital of his kingdom, the United Monarchy of Israel. It was here that his son, Solomon, built the first temple, a magnificent structure that would become the epicenter of Jewish life and worship. For centuries, this temple stood as the dwelling place for the divine presence on earth, a beacon of faith until its destruction by the Babylonians in 586 BCE. The city was left in ruins, its people sent into exile, their lament echoing through the ages. 70 years later, a remnant returned. Under Persian rule, the Second Temple rose from the ashes, and Jerusalem was reborn. It became a vibrant center of Jewish thought and culture, a pilgrimage site drawing people from across the ancient world. But this era of relative peace was a fragile one. The city soon fell under Hellenistic influence, leading to the Maccabean Revolt, a fierce struggle for religious freedom that is still celebrated today during Hanukkah. A brief period of independence followed, but a new power was rising in the West, one that would change Jerusalem forever. Rome. Under Roman rule, the city experienced a dramatic transformation. King Herod the Great, a master builder, embarked on ambitious projects, expanding and beautifying the Second Temple into a wonder of the ancient world. It was during this turbulent time that a Jewish preacher from the Galilee named Jesus walked these very streets. His teachings, his ministry, and his crucifixion just outside the city walls would give birth to a new faith, Christianity, that would spread to every corner of the globe. For Christians, Jerusalem became the site of the ultimate sacrifice and resurrection, the place where salvation history reached its climax. The peace was shattered in 70 AD when a Jewish revolt against Roman oppression was brutally crushed. The Roman legions, under Titus, destroyed Jerusalem and its glorious temple, leaving not one stone upon another, just as Jesus had foretold. The Western Wall, a remnant of the temple's outer retaining wall, is all that remains today. It stands as a sacred site of Jewish prayer and mourning, a symbol of an unbreakable bond between a people and their holiest city. The Romans renamed the city Aelia Capitolina, attempting to erase its Jewish identity, but the spirit of Jerusalem could not be extinguished. Centuries passed, and the Roman Empire itself transformed, embracing Christianity. Emperor Constantine and his mother, Helena, rediscovered the holy sites of Jesus' life. On the ground believed to be the location of the crucifixion and burial, they built the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. This magnificent basilica quickly became the most revered pilgrimage site in Christendom, a sprawling complex of chapels and altars, each telling a part of the story of the Passion and Resurrection. In the 7th century, a new force emerged from the Arabian desert, carrying another monotheistic faith, Islam. In 638, the Caliph Omar entered Jerusalem peacefully. For Muslims, Jerusalem was already a sacred city, the site of the Prophet Muhammad's miraculous night journey, the Isra and Miraj, where he ascended to heaven from this very ground. On the Temple Mount, known to Muslims as Haram al-Sharif, or the noble sanctuary the Umayyads built, two of Islam's most iconic structures, the Dome of the Rock. With its glittering golden dome and the Al-Aqsa Mosque, the third holiest site in Islam, Jerusalem was now a holy city for three great faiths. This fragile coexistence was torn apart by the Crusades. For 2 centuries, Christian knights from Europe and Muslim armies battled for control of the Holy Land. Jerusalem was conquered, lost, and reconquered in a series of bloody campaigns that left deep scars on the city and its people. Saladin, the great Muslim leader, recaptured Jerusalem for Islam in 1187. Treating its inhabitants with a magnanimity that stood in stark contrast to the earlier Crusader conquest. Following the turmoil of the Crusades, Jerusalem entered a long period of relative stability under the Mamluks, and then, for 400 years, the Ottoman Empire. The Ottomans, particularly Suleiman the Magnificent, rebuilt the city's iconic walls and gates that still define the Old City today. Within these walls, a complex tapestry of life unfolded. Jewish, Christian, and Muslim communities lived side by side, each in their own quarter, maintaining their distinct traditions, languages, and rituals. The city's markets buzzed with trade, its holy sites filled with pilgrims. And the call to prayer from the minaret mingled with the peal of church bells and the chants from synagogues. The 20th century brought the collapse of the Ottoman Empire and the arrival of the British Mandate. This new era ushered in modernity, but also intensified political and national aspirations. Tensions between the growing Jewish and Arab populations escalated, culminating in the 1948 Arab-Israeli War. The war left Jerusalem a divided city, with a wall and barbed wire running through its heart. West Jerusalem became part of the new state of Israel, while East Jerusalem, including the Old City, was under Jordanian control. For 19 years, the city remained split, its ancient stones bearing witness to a modern conflict. In the Six-Day War of 1967, Israeli forces captured East Jerusalem, reunifying the city under Israeli rule. The barriers came down, and for the first time in 2 millennia, the entire city was open to people of all faiths. But reunification did not mean resolution. Jerusalem remains at the epicenter of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, a city claimed by 2 peoples as their capital. Its status is one of the most sensitive and complex issues in the world today. Strolling through Jerusalem feels like exploring a living museum. In the Old City, you can trace the path of prophets, kings, and saviors. You can hear the murmur of prayers at the Western Wall, witness the profound devotion inside the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, and feel the serene tranquility of the Dome of the Rock. Beyond the walls, the modern city pulses with life, a vibrant hub of culture, politics, and innovation. Here, the past is not a distant memory. It is an active presence, shaping the present and haunting the future. Jerusalem is more than a collection of holy sites. It is a city of people. It is the Jewish scholar studying ancient texts, the Christian monk lighting a candle, the Muslim shopkeeper welcoming customers with a smile. It is a city of festivals, of fasts, of shared moments and divided loyalties. It is a microcosm of our world. It's a place where the deepest expressions of faith and the most bitter human conflicts exist inseparably. It is a city of paradoxes of war and peace, of love and hate, of despair and unwavering hope. Its story is not over. The final chapters of Jerusalem are yet to be written. Jerusalem endures, a timeless testament to the power of faith and the resilience of the human spirit. An eternal city, forever at the heart of the world. Thank you for joining us on this journey. If you were moved by this story, please like, share, and subscribe for more explorations into the heart of history.